Hello, guys. Hope you guys are well. So I have not gone live in a while, and I have in a while on YouTube. So this is really cool. I'm glad that I am on here. To you guys. So I am going to be going ahead to do the reading for the biggest reconstruction period of our lives, starting when it comes really, it starts to really feel felt in, in February of this year, but it, once we enter into March is really the truly the new year. Know that we are having the Chinese New Year, a different how 2023 is going to rank up as far as I want to take notes, stay up. I have my YouTube, you're acting on Facebook. I don't know. On Instagram, I have, but I'm going to start with end page around through January to that and positive nuclear as we direct ourselves to really create once and you be put on see is all your work lessons, all the things that the relationships that you've had, all the work that you put in, and the type of communication that you are ready to give out into the world. So the biggest transits that we have primarily, and I will go quarterly, the biggest transits that we do have for this year is Pluto is going to Aquarius. Let me get the date. Let me get the date. I'm sorry, y'all. Pluto goes into Aquarius on March 23rd, but March 7th is when Saturn goes into Pisces. So I'm going to start kind of pulling some cards, you guys. Right now, I'm low-key kind of high. So I'm trying to collect all my thoughts and how I want to flow with this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the rest of really 2022, which is February. I'm going to give y'all a quick overview and then we're going to jump in. So we have the Venom here in February. And then we have the Shadow. And then we have Agape. We have this Venus in Pisces. Let me see. We have a Venus in Pisces Venus goes into Pisces on January 26th. Let me go ahead and see. Change. It's interesting, there's some orange in these cards. So I feel like it is also sacral. And then in the back of the deck, we have honesty. I did a reading, I think Sunday or Saturday. I'm not quite, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. And in the message, it was really kind of speaking about the denial of your emotions and this like denial of what's really going on inwardly. And I feel like when we go into our shadow with love and we really truly ask ourselves, what is coming out? What is this venom? What is this secrecy that wants to be spoken upon? What does it need to say? And verbally saying that and showing itself love and not criticizing it, but allowing it, pushing it through and allowing it to burst into this new will that actually goes into this chamber, this yellow, this spoken word, this strength, this will that pushes you to speak from the heart, that this pushes this light, this yellow energy, it pushes it, this all this gunk, all this pain, all these things that hurt. And it's asking us, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And with Capricorn, it feels not stagnant. It's not this stagnant energy. It's not this goat that it's stubborn. It's more Taurus. This goat is steady. This goat is ready. This goat is affirming something externally that is supposed to have been learned in the spiritual. You know, if we think about Cancerian and we think about Capricorn, you see Cap is at the top, but with Cancerian it is at the bottom and it's holding all this darkness, all this cradles and emptiness, this desolateness that holds a mirror, that holds its own shadow, that holds its own self, this dark side of the feminine, this dark side that is teaching you what have you learned to give back into the own essence of your own self. And the self is this mirror that is capitalizing that's in its shadow, that transforms, that transitions, that transcends, that transmoves itself. It moves itself and in its own true accordance, in its own true knowledge, and its own true belief. And that transcordance, it transcends its own emotions. This is what February is. What's important and what is coming is this village and the king. There's this time where there's a new transition, a change of chambers, a change of transitions, a change of power. February, you're going to start seeing this transition. You're going to start seeing someone change their power. The world is going to start waking itself up. And it's going to crack open. And it's going to crack something that needs to be understood. And it's going to be onlookers, and there's going to be people that are pointing, because there's something that will crack this earth, that will crack this nation, that will crack the nations that forbid and for home. You see, there's this blue dragon from the Palladians that says, prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, give and receive heart healing. So when Venus goes into Pisces on January 26th, you will start to see this full effect, this full space where you will start to open yourself up. You're going to start feeling this divine. You're going to start feeling the village. You're going to start feeling these oppositions move out your way, because you're going to start flowing with the actual dance of life, and you'll start realizing the learning and the lessons of the truth of Mayat, the truth of these principles, the truth of nature. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? So with February, there comes detachment, but there comes this flare of emotions. And it's deep. And these two elements help you combine yourself to an actual evolution. And this is like this hummingbird, but this is this phoenix too. There is this tail. There is this feather that comes alive, that makes you answer yourself. It makes you answer this shadow. It makes you answer this venom that's coming, that's eating you alive, but it's asking you to answer yourself. Your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? I feel like what is happening is like we're coming into this north node. The nodes are changing this year as well. The north nodes are definitely dealing with where we're going. So the north node is where we're going, and the south node is dealing with our past, dealing with the things that we need to let go of, which will be in Libra. But when we speak about the north node is going to be in Aries, this entrepreneurship. And I will speak about that in my next video, which will be the actual financial astrology. So hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find the notes. I think it might be April. Oh, no, it's not. It's May. Give me a second, y'all. Father, don't show me the way. Give me a second, y'all. I want to get the actual date correct. I should have it here, but I don't actually have it in my notes, which is weird because I don't know why. Oh, that's why. The north nodes will actually change in July. And it will come into July. July 17th. Okay. Okay, so that's basically for February. The remainder of really 2022 will be mostly about you releasing these emotions that need to be said, that need to be spoken to. As you can see here, he's in the labyrinth. I don't know if this can really pick up here over here, but he is in the labyrinth. Let's see one more time. And this maze, and then there's these crystals that actually represent a mountain. This is challenge, but it's also this infinity. Everywhere you go, you will have to answer yourself. Everywhere you go, you will have to answer yourself. It's the humor in life. And it's the transcendence of you actually learning how to surrender. It's like when you've already done this, what is it really that you are afraid of? What are you really, truly scared of? Are you scared to act? Are you scared to be in motion? Are you scared to feel into the things that you need to feel? And look, again, it speaks about purpose. What is your purpose? This purposeness is going to speak upon also what makes you feel alive. Because Aries is alive, it's adventurous. I mean, we speak about the Leo, but we have to speak about the Aries too, and this fact where it's like this independence, this newness, this fresh energy comes alive on March 21st, and it springs forward, this spark. If you really want to speak about the fire signs, how does the Leo get its flare? It gets its flare from the Aries. Because the Aries has this smooth suaveness. This is how it learns, how Libra learns its suaveness and its glamour. It's because the Aries has to learn its temper. It has to learn this temperance that has to temper itself to this straightforward path. It's also a ram. It might ram itself through, but Aries must learn not to get short-sighted. And that is in the true acceptance of it all. Let's go into March. That was beautiful. I really like that message for February. Actually, we're going to do the quarter of spring. March, April, and May. This is just the overview. I apologize. There will be extended readings that you guys will be able to purchase. If you just go to my Instagram or my where the link in bio will be. What the heck? Lord help me. Go to the link in my bio on my Instagram, or you can go to the Ethereal Matters. Is it that app? Yeah. No. Y'all will be able to do it. I'll put the link down below. Y'all be alright. Let's move forward. Okay. So, for spring, we go through the internal child, the riddle, the womb, and the sustainer. I feel like this energy is just really piggybacking off of that extra slime of 2022. Um, these four are the archetypes. The Nine of Wands is for the spring. Four, wow. Okay. Whoa! Spew! Yeah. It's given. Okay. It's giving. Ooh. Wow. A lot of you are going to need to stretch. That is what I'm hearing. And drink a lot more water. Ooh, sorry, Pistol. Watch your paw. He's up under me, literally. Hi, Bob. Let's see if y'all can see him. Well, Facebook can. YouTube, there you go. You see him? Yeah, he made an appearance. His snout. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, Poop. Anyways, I feel like I was finna get something. And honestly, oh, it's the book. That's what I was gonna get. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm quite confused. Okay. All right. Mm. Mm. That's something powerful right there. Mm. The message speaks on the Aries. It's really speaking. It's coming into this wisdom. It's coming into this light. It's coming into its power. It's coming into its fullest form. It's really creating itself. It's surviving on its own. It's pulling itself forward. It sustains itself. It molds itself in its own seed, in its own womb. The riddle is just speaking about the abundance. Totem. This life force, which is the sun. There is no matter or no other value that you cannot create. This season, spring season, is open terrain. Ladies and gentlemen, it's open terrain. Open terrain. Self-worth. Woo. Bonja. This orange is popping up again. It's talking about our self-worth. Let me go ahead and read January's. Let me put y'all on real quick. Let me see if it makes sense. It's going to make sense. Let's start from the beginning. The time of our eyes meant something to us. The world hurtled us forward and countered us in a new direction. The eyes of the world were open and seemingly everything has awakened. Changes occurred right before us, and we knew that the times ahead were counterproductive. Your participation is required. If the games were here, they are. Everything has to make sense in order for our cooperation. So now it has become harder to see the truth. Participation is not the point of the game. Our participation is the key to our land. If we were to be made aware of this, what would we describe the game to be? Would it be an honor, retribution, deceit, famine, or the cries of help? What would you call it and name it? Would you even name it at all? The passage is only the coming of the new dawn, and almost all of us haven't realized what made us magical at the core. What made us come together was the togetherness of the people, the life and the rise of the nation. Everything has to make sense with our fullest intent. Our fullest rise in our hearts heads us towards the greatest shift of our history. The life we desire is here, if we so dared. A walk through into our destiny, persuading us to move forward in our lives and never return to the old world again. We have to remember those messages that carry us forward so we don't remain stuck in the general area again. Our lives depend on the so much sweet gratitude of the tea and nourishment that our soul once asked us to provide towards her. The magic could have been in the shrooms or the potency of the weed that we smell deeply into the air, a remarkable journey to step out on faith into the unknown, into the darkness, awarded us such a shrine we could even call out our own faith too. A never-ending pool of emotions and living, breathing deeper into our water elements, asking us to nourish her with water and not poison. No, stop. So the extended reading goes into this. Okay, thank you. So really what January was giving is that the divine feminine needed to really see her self-worth again. There was like a little lapse. Stop, Pistol. Oh Lord, really? You want to be outside? You're doing too much. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, y'all see him hopping and doppling? I'm so sorry, y'all. I hope I didn't take long. Okay, so he's such a baby. Literally. Okay, so this month was also speaking about self-forgiveness. So this is us really speaking about self-worth and reconnecting to your own prize, your own chair. Like, people are going to start trying to say that there's scarcity. But honestly, when you're spiritually aligned, you have so much more. And so it's like, you don't have to put the pressure on yourself. Like, whatever is here for you is coming for you. Whatever is here for you, it's going to be here for you. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not running anywhere. But sometimes, y'all, missing out on the destiny is not the plan. It's time to show up. It's time to fight. It's time to give. It's time to reward. It's not time to be punishing ourselves. It's not time to be giving up. Yeah, that's a facade. That doesn't align to what Spirit has for me, what God has for me. I want you to read the Nine of Wands here. So again, this is for the spring. So this is March, April, and May. And a little bit of June, because the summer solstice is really June 21st. So the Nine of Wands is committed to the principle of spiritual growth and evolution. This is a visionary and energetic knight who is unwilling to edit, rehearse, or hold back any part of who he is. He rides the unicorn horse, a symbol of vision and inspiration that has purpose and application. He represents the power of deep internal shifts and perceptions that are being dynamically expressed. This is the vision quester who has attained a significant vision, is mobilizing all energy to actualize it. The Knight of Wands holds the torch, the Ace of Wands in his hand to burn out any blocks or obstacles that might stand in the way of his vision. He has the ability to shed old beliefs and to honor the challenging perceptions he has of himself and others. Let me read that again. He has the ability to shed old beliefs and to honor the changing perceptions he has of himself and others, which is symbolized by the reptilian suit that he wears. He changes forward, eager to share perceptions and insights which can assist deep changes internally and externally. This is feeling like it's air opposite. I feel like this is also this thing to have vision. It feels like it comes through, not just through the fire, but the fire is the ignition. It is the ignition of this quest that is seeking inwardly and outwardly to interchangeably find its own power, its own truest vision, which honestly is itself. Okay? Your most purest form is you. Your most purest form is going back to the self. What is the self outside of all that has been labeled? How can you act in leadership, which is Aries, leader to the light? Where are you being called to serve and support others? There is this access, these interchangeable webs throughout the signs that ask us to service, that ask us to remind ourselves of its own and true independence. And the Pluto in Aquarius that will happen in March 23rd, I believe, again, is giving that power back to the people. It's giving its power back to its allness, into its fullest totality. We have the cave here. I'm going to read that. I feel like also a lot of people might go back into the cave. Go sit, please. I feel like a lot of people will kind of go back into the cave, into their own dungeons. That's the opposite side. That opposite side that doesn't want to transpire. They're only inspired by themselves. But it's time to inspire to others. It's time to not just be the student, but also be the teacher. Also be the wise seeker. This is the Knight of Wands. It's not staying stagnant. It's not the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles lowers energy is staying stagnant, not moving. But the Nine of Wands, it's transpiring with the inspiration of the wisdom of the self that comes outwardly into the world, this fire energy, which is more outward, because they know that they have this self-worth within themselves. They don't feel guilty. They don't feel shame. They don't feel empty to give outwardly because there's so much self-worth. There's so much abundance. There's no scarcity. There's so much more abundance of love. There's so much more abundance of participation. There is a space for you. And there's been many spaces that have been created, and it's like you don't have to feel alone. I think we fall into that victimhood, and I'm speaking to myself, where sometimes it's like, oh, I'm feeling alone. No. There's people here that really honor you. There's people here that really see you. But when we transcend and we start to heal and we start to really work and mold, what story are we creating? What story are we creating? If you're still feeling stuck, continue to purge. It's still happening. Don't get caught up in the mind structs of like, oh, well, I've been fucking up. Okay, whatever. You fucked up. Okay. That's time to move. You are the teacher of yourself. So yes, of course, it's going to be hard. This school is hard. Let's honor these compassionate moments with ourselves, because these compassionate moments with ourselves mean something. We need to be more compassionate. We need to be more living. We need to act more in courage. Courage gets us through. Courage extends us forward. So in this 2023 energy, there's going to be an action that we need to take in value and self-worth and this idea and our beliefs about. So when we come from the sacral, we come from this intimate, emotional, personal space, from the root that is inside our homes. So now when we start to come upwardly, we need something that we need to feel secure, but you are your own security. You have to understand you got yourself. So if you have yourself, if you can bridge yourself, if you can hold yourself. Sometimes Mars, that's ruled by Aries, you got to act through it. You got to come through it authentically. So when you, what is this authentically? It's stop denying your emotions. It's simple as that. Simple as can be. When you're feeling upset, express that in a form of art, which is Leo. The Cancerian and the Leo is the emotional chambers that create this everything that will transcend into this spark and power and rush and movement. If you really think about water, Cancer, she is all inside of us. The shadow. Do not discard the shadow. Do not discard the shadow that lives inside of you that wants to speak its own self. I find the inner strength and to face fear with confidence. Why leave your shadows in fear? Give your shadow, give your fears, give these things and transcend them and say, hey, I am here. They are things, they are living, they are energy. And if you want to transcend any type of emotion or feeling, rather, it's really feelings, not necessarily emotions, but the actual feeling, you crack it open and you transcend it. You come from its actual seed and you see how it was planted. The foundation, the environment, you assess it, which is Virgo, the actual health of it. This is the starting of the purging process. When Virgo starts to transform itself, to ready itself to enter into the world. Leo's lions are own impacts its tribe. It's very tribal. So a lot of people, especially in this Pluto, Saturn, Pisces area that has Pluto, not in Aquarius, but Scorpio. This generation is finalizing their healing process. So we have Pluto and Scorpio generation that will have this Saturn in Pisces. So there is a restriction on imagination. And then we have this Pluto and Scorpio. So this is this emotional time, this emotional era. This is a black sheep era. It's people that are misunderstood. What is the most understood? I say water and Cancer. It is the most misunderstood. If you think about Cancer, Cancer is the actual chariot. Cancer is the actual chariot in the tarot deck. So when we think about these things, we see this chariot moving forward with the Sphinx. And they're galloping along this process of this real fullness of fineness initiation, the homeland, the origin. It's the next cardinal, it's the next element, the next family. You're with yourself. You come into more interaction with your siblings. And then you start to understand the more interactions with your parents in the fourth house. And then you start to really realize you're in this place. You're knocking in, you're rocking in, you're recognizing, oh, I'm here. I'm in this process. Look at Boo Boo. Y'all can't see him, but you two can. Look at this dog. Why he looking? Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa. But yeah. So, the springtime. Act in courage and purpose and perseverance. Remember your own health around this time, that your health sectors could really awaken fire and water signs, a little bit of the earth signs. But you really need to really actively recognize how you are surrendering to spirit and how you are surrendering to your own personal manifestations. What is your personal manifestation characterizing as? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? That is what you are going to be acting in. Again, you are the true seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace to guide you? Well, that speaks a lot, because there will be shamans, guides, and teachers that do come. Not necessarily to the rescue, but to the rescue because we all need those guides. We all need those people that help us throughout life. Those are our soulmates. Your soulmate can come through a guide. Let's get a few more cards for the spring. Again, enter your vortex, aligning with infinite abundance. Golden Christed dragon. brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light, absorb the Christ light, you are protected, expand your heart, and remain fifth dimensional. This is a period to also follow the Christ codes. It's going to open you to higher learning and wisdom. You're going to see this throughout the year. You're going to see this thoroughly throughout the spring when you really align yourself and attune yourself to the frequencies and synchronicities that help you and persuade you into a forward movement of alignment and love. And it will require you to participate with spirit, participate with others, act upon the urges to fulfill yourself in life. Fulfillment is here for a lot of people. I want you guys to really rock out, really expand yourself into this real new year. This is going to really make you assess all the magic and all the wisdom that you have within inside yourself. Again, I experience ecstasy in my body and soul. That's a powerful message. There's no reason to deprive your body of love, beauty, creativity, and inspiration. And I'm going to leave that one there. Let's go ahead and get into the summer's energy. That was beautiful. I like how that landed. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the summer. We have the orphan. We also have this mountain. We also have the animal. We also have the mask. We also have the shaman. Okay. I'm hearing this is going to be global news. The summer is a little whack, though. We got a lot going on. We have Pluto in Aquarius. We have Saturn in Pisces. So we added an extra element coming into the summertime. Where Pluto goes retrograde in Capricorn. So actually that's going to shake us up actually. So yes, Pluto actually is going to retrograde back into Capricorn on June 11th, which is going to do a lot. The last few degrees, the last few moments of Pluto and Capricorn is going to make an eruption. It's going to erupt something within inside of us that's going to make us feel stretched, compromised, and it's going to make us feel like there's not much we can do. It's going to make us put us in a cave in which that card we pull. But here in this mountain, it makes us go back inward and reshape and surface back up this animal process, this instinct, this what I am feeling. I feel like also this mask is this imposter syndrome, a little bit of that, not much, but it's someone wearing a mask that is not who they say they are. But who could it be? These are stars, alignment. And I'll find that in the chart and we'll go deeper into that because I'm picking something up. But give me a moment. Mercury will go into Gemini on the same day. I feel like Mercury is being very pesky towards Capricorn right now. And I feel like Mercury is just following Capricorn's kind of steps as far as like what it's finna do. Like if I read guys, if I read January's, it's gonna make sense. Okay, let me backtrack here a little bit. Okay. It's my mom if y'all can hear her. Sorry. Hope y'all can. um bum, ba, da, ba, 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 bum. This is why I say, as far as Civil War, this little snippet, it starts to form in the next couple of weeks, if dare so too from the day of January 28th. The play on theme from the divine feminine being released and being pulled towards her freedom is when we start to hear the rumors of civil war and unrest. Wars against nations or smoke screens from seeing the rise of the people. When the sun sets into Aquarius, it takes on its serious approach from her traditional ruler Saturn, airing out the news of the people fighting for their people. Even news from the Aries season of last year starts to make its way and unravel all the dark truth, as Mercury is flirty with spilling the beans of Capricorn's dark, deep state. Ooh. The darkest parts of us need to be explored with depth and honesty. Still having the South Node in Scorpio, our deepest, darkest secrets can be exploited more than we have ever seen before. For most, these secrets come up in our drawings, our pursuits in creating, and torments us to show more of our truest selves. It was asking us, what are we truly afraid of? After all, we are the ones of our own doings, of the art that is inside of us. The dark arts make us explore the realms of hidden emotions and mastery. It's the pool of an initiation that most don't run into or even run towards. But the greatest secrets that we tend to run away from is that the most sacred and powerful gift of all is knowing the darkest truths of the self. In 2021, we should have found that shadow and healed it. We was reminded to not forget the shadow aspects of ourselves so we wouldn't forget the remembrance of our past. Our past was relics of our future. This future was a premonition of vision of itself. We all felt it when we attuned to the feeling of the nostalgia of not the past, but of the future. It was as if our souls were calling out to us in the future to finally meet them in the present, to make the moment a reality. A lot of you could have forgotten this delightful energy and suffered from amnesia. But I'll tell you, the potency of your memories will save you from the downfall of what yesterday could have written. Our war is not with the outside world, but within ourselves. These monthly transits don't show up and out for our leisure and pleasure of the parables and sightings it can foretell, but it can enrich you to align and do better for the self. The lessons are in the pudding, there in the stars. The healing comes from within because you are made of stardust. You're made of the very grain that God created all else with. Our reminder is to be in awe of the universe, to keep ourselves in wonder with the darker parts that would confuse but not foot in truth. We can find so much treasure in our epiphanies. Whew, okay, that hits an hour moment. Let's take a breath. Oh, I'm riding to my damn self, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I felt that one. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even writing to myself. That's the self writing to the self of the selves. Oh. Ooh. Don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address? Y'all, right, Pencil got the right idea. Mm. Mm. Whew. That's a word. Don't run from your darkness. Don't be afraid of your darkness. Don't be afraid of what you can transpire. You know what my darkest fear is? I went a little deeper inside myself. And I found a different type of power. I found a different type of essence that scares the shit out of me. More than the people that are afraid of what I can do or what I can even do to me. This greatest power is in my writing, and it's in my wisdom. It's talking to really me because it's coming from me. And it's my everyday reminder. I gave myself my opportunity. I gave myself my own key. I'm responsible to myself. So this is why I say I just keep going for my own sanity. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for the God in me. There is no burning in hell because I have to keep going. In these prosperity times, I make sure that I find the self-worth, the self-living, the self-prospering, the actual work that it takes to master something so wise but careful. Something that doesn't erupt, that doesn't disband itself and expand itself, but in contracting it spanks itself, but the motion of its free and willingness. It's like the crack of a whip, the crack of a bone. It's challenging itself, and it's making itself brand new. It's seeing itself from its own empty room. And then there's this Eros energy that comes in back into its truest wholesome, where it carries itself in its vision, comes back to the womb. Because the womb created its own. But the womb created itself. where you're at an impasse. You're not inside yourself. See, the water returns itself. The water doesn't make itself cut loose. The dead end is the external. It's blocking what is real, which is in its truest self, and its truest coronation, and its truest flair. I did, my love. But when you're in your truest flair, your truest heart, your truest Leo, your truest anatomy, your truest lovingness and being and seductiveness, and its truest harmony, and matches its own player. So it becomes itself. It doesn't bond, it doesn't bend. It doesn't go backward, it just only moves forward. It remembers its past, but it sits, it rests, but it moves and it takes action. So come June, what is the main lesson here? June, July, and August, what is the main lesson here? Knowing that luck is on your side. Meditate and contemplate. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. Everything, once Pluto goes into Aquarius, y'all, once it finally does its last transit in Capricorn, for the last 20 fucking years? Good God. Your commitment is being tested. See, it's been some hard shit because it's been Capricorn. We've been rolling the tud. Pluto and Capricorn for a while, and Pluto rules what? Scorpio. Scorpio's fixed emotion. Ugh. We've been purging. Pluto and Scorpio generation. We've been purging 20 years of generational curses wherever it is in your house. It's been in some hard shit. And it was transforming how we work, how we see the government, how we see the system, how we see the structures. And it affected our fourth houses. It was a lot of trauma going on. And it was affecting the fuck out of our fourth houses, Pluto and Scorpio generation. Shit held the fuck all of us, but it was really that Pluto and Scorpio generation. Y'all feeling it the fucking most. Y'all are the ones that have to learn how to breathe. Breathe through this tough acquisitions. These tough things that you've been wanting to scream and pop your top off at. And some of us have lost it. Oh, it kept it cute. Cancers, crabs, Aries too. Scorpios, woo. Aquarius. Y'all just had to let it loose. Capricorns, I don't even know. Y'all went to dust. Y'all had gonna have the most fucking rebirth. Hallelujah. Cancer's been getting wet too. Now it's Leo. 1:11 was on the clock. Been live 1 hour and 11 minutes. Calming down the chamber, a win-win outcome is forecasted. Some of you, not a lot of you, have soulmates in the Scorpio Libra generation. Don't act like you don't. Don't act like you don't have someone on your ass. And vice versa. Scorpio Libra generation on your ass to ascend to the next top place. This karmic cycle of past life generation and regenerations is now finna climb up out and on top once Leo finishes, because now it will cleanse and it will purge and it will rip up everything. It will become its fullest and toppest regalness in about 5 years, tops. If not, you've already been working. And if you've been working, you might just see a pop. Don't hold out on the fame, baby. Don't hold out on the purpose, the vision, the calibre, and the regenerations that will come before and after them. You finna heal a whole diamond in the rough, and it's finna explode itself into a typhoon transformation. The people will start to see their power. Pop that shit the fuck off. We have Mercury in the game because Mercury been chatty. Mercury been doing the work. Honest, but slow, but it's here to give its fullest vision. So once Uranus goes into Gemini, oh my God, the world will be, oh, what? The inventions. Man. 12th house. The house that we have been all speaking about. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Venus loves going into Pisces. Hold your toes, everyone, on January again, 26th. And I keep coloring back because y'all need to remember. North Node, we're going into Destiny. So that Aries energy, that North Node is going to go into Aries. This is pioneering energy. This is going to be the real focus. We have been having Jupiter into Aries, but once that North Node goes into Aries, it's game time. It's like the playoffs. Okay? It's like the playoffs. Now, the 49ers might have won. Something about them Cowboys, though. I won't speak too much about it. Cowboys should have won victory. False hopes and false prophets will say otherwise. You'll see it soon. Watch the diamonds. Emotions are running high, so we did pass that supermoon, and that supermoon was charging us up to recollect the vision, to recollect the purpose, to recollect the focus. of its own uniqueness, and reminding us that we have a community, that we have people, we have friends that are here for us, that are keepers of our possessions, which I actually had to realize that within for myself this past coming few days. So when you really follow the transits and follow the things that go on, you will really see how you can really collect so many gems to your relics and to your purposes to really make sense of all of this. And it's going to really show you, I got this. You got this, guys. You got this. So this is really going to be about the coming months. So that when the North Node goes into Aries, it's going to give us some crazy shit. It's going to give us some crazy shit. It's going to pop. It's going to be a spark. It's going to be initiation. This is the best time to start something. The best time. The best time. Because once you go into Gemini, you're going to speak about it. You want people to speak about it. You want to spread it. So you want to pop it off with your brand. You want to pop it off with your business. You want to pop it off like you finna do something new. You want to pop it, pop. You can make a bounce off thing. Now, see, the real masters of the game would have realized, look, it's a time of shedding. And you will understand the seasons are different. You start to see that the seasons change. The seasons are shifting in its own way. So what you're going to do, you're going to make sure that you pop this initiation off. Be in your element. Your element will get you through. Your prayer will get you through the summer months. You're going to have to ask. You're going to have to be, you don't have to, but you're going to have to be authentic. Now, thank you, Spirit. You really don't have to act because you'll be authentically in movement. So when you're in Cancer, you hit a road, water. Now, Cancer season sometimes become a little hard for Cancers, and I'm learning that you need to cleanse your waters. You have to cleanse this energy, and you have to make sure that it's cleansed. This is how you really, truly work with the seasons. Let's move on. Aquarius and Libra are going to be the game changers, but also in the background. I feel like Aquarius is going to be kind of in the front in June, and I feel like Libra will be here following behind. I feel like Aquarius and Libras, I feel like there's going to be some type of little bit of a competition, but I feel like there's going to be some type of healing. I feel like there is going to be some type of thing that helps you, yes, pow and pop, because you are the trendsetter. You're the trendsetter. You're the one, you're the free, you're the radical, you're the one that sparks everything. The Libra is going to be the idealist. Libra is the one that wants to idealize things. It needs to be relatable. It has to be continuity. It has to be what it always wanted to be. This is within business, this is within relationships, this is within family, projects, everything. It's within finance, your work, your employees, the people that you work with, where you work at. The lesson here is learning how to combat loneliness. So I know that I am never alone. So this is that flavor of understanding that last regeneration of energy of Pluto and Capricorn. I feel like a lot of Capricorns have been very lonely. I feel like a lot of Capricorns have been feeling like no one is hearing them, no one is listening, and it feels restricting. And I feel like there's going to be more movement vision. Hold on. You're going to be heard. There might be a feeling of indecision. Please do not go backwards. Mm-mm. My body is boundless. It is channeling the energy, creativity, and intelligence of the entire universe. At this moment, the universe is listening through your ears, seeing through your eyes, experiencing through your brain. Your purpose for being here is to allow the universe to evolve. This is really going to be very evolutionary for you guys. So I want you guys to make sure that you continue to follow these themes and these messages. And I will continue to move forward with these messages to make sure that you guys stay aligned. So this is why I'm trying to give you guys this all in one package. So I have to test myself this time to stay committed to make sure that I get this content and these things out to you guys. So definitely wanted to give you guys video format because it's the easiest. Ooh, fuck. Okay. Ooh. We have Pisces here. Saturn Pisces. Because Saturn is in Aquarius. So it's definitely trying to get its freedom. So there's going to be some type of restrictions or, or some type of leg up because Pluto's going to be in Aquarius. So we're going to see how this works out. Um, let's go ahead and move into September. I mean, yeah, September, October, November, and we will kind of flow it into a little bit of December. Those winter months. Okay, so this is for the fall. The fall, we have the village. Okay, I feel like we're kind of coming back inside. We're remembering our community, but it's still warm. It's still feeling fresh. And I feel like we're starting to really fully settle in. I feel like we're finally fully understanding what is really ahead of us. Yes, we have the thread here. This is us connecting back to the divine and our connection to the divine, our connection to our purpose, and not letting that go. We have the storm that is. I feel like this is just that is forming. That is this explosion. This around. That makes sense. Yeah. This is going to bridge us. We're gonna start feeling better. Y'all are really feeling like it's like it's moving forward. Dishonor. We are home. It's home moment. Not really in moment like impossible. Oh, now have the complete of everything. It's made. It's here. It's no worry. It's you believe in it. You just have